Hi there. Today I'm going to show you how you can make shareable temporary URL using S3, and those URL will be short-lived, or they will live how you specify and they will then expire. There will be some sort of crypto URL, so it won't be just plain S3 URL, so that you can share it and control it. It can be really useful when you don't want to keep all the files always accessible in your bucket, like some restricted content, like paid content, videos, ebooks, and so on. Also, for example, if you want to share some images to only certain users, you don't want the images to be accessible by all users, so you can just share a temporary URL. It will expire after a certain time, and you can, of course, keep renewing those URLs. So first thing first, I have created a bucket here. Just for the purpose of this video, I have a couple of files here. First, let's check if we can access these files directly. Of course, we can't. It's a private bucket. We can't access these files directly. Access is denied. Now we will just pre-sign those URLs using command line. So I will quickly go to my terminal. I will use AWS command line tool, and I have my credentials already stored here. Check the documentation on how to do it. So once we have the credentials, we will simply run AWS S3 pre-sign, and we will give the file path including the bucket here. So we are just creating a pre-signed URL for this file in the bucket, which is our image one. And here is the URL. Let's browse it. So now we can see the image, and it will expire after a certain period of time. So if you check help for pre-sign, you can see that it takes the path of the S3 resource, and it takes an expires in flag, where you can just specify how many number of seconds you want this URL to live for. Currently, or by default, it's set to 3600 seconds. Let's create a URL with short life. I will just give 5 seconds. We will quickly browse the file. We can still view it if I refresh it, and after 5 seconds, request has expired. And the cool thing about this is this URL can be generated offline, so you don't need to make an HTTP request to the AWS server to generate this URL. It is done offline using the keys and secret that you have stored. There is no external HTTP request that is being made. So it is literally pre-signing. So it's like when you give a signature in a check, and then bank checks it when the check is submitted. It's similar. You already signed this URL before just validating it. So it's being validated on the fly on AWS server when the URL is hit. So being a local process, it doesn't just cost too much, or it doesn't take much time to generate those URL. It's really, really fast. Now let me show you some code examples. I will be using Go for this, and I have a Go package which is called Ghost, and it makes just using S3 a bit easier, for me at least, and it has this pre-signed URL built in, so I can just easily use it and show you an example. I have already provided my ID and secret here, and those of you who are clever clerks, don't try to just attempt this ID and secret. It won't benefit you. And I'm going to provide the correct file name. And I will get a URL which is valid for 24 hours. And I'm just checking the error here, and I'm printing the URL back. That's all I'm doing really. And by the way, here I'm just doing some Go issue stuff. I'm just converting this generic file to an S3 file. Not the purpose of this video. Don't bother. Let's check it. Okay, so now we have the URL. Let's browse the URL. Very cool. Now we see the image. Now if we go back to the code, I'm gonna just turn off my Wi-Fi here, and I will show you that it can still be able to generate this URL just fine. Okay, Wi-Fi is turned off now. Let's try it again. And the URL is just generated fine. Of course, we can't browse it right now. If I turn on the Wi-Fi and check back, it should work just fine. So the generation of this URL doesn't require any network connection at all. So if you have like hundreds of images, like all the product images in your e-commerce website, you can just grab those image URLs real quick from S3, and it won't just send a request for every image. It will just generate the URL locally, and you can just display those images temporarily. Or if you have a social network or something like that, you can just display the image directly from your S3, and it gives you an HTTPS URL, and you can serve this file directly from S3 with a time to leave. So this is quite a bit of secure thing. This file won't be accessible after this time period ends, so you can just generate very short-lived URLs like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Whenever user reloads the page, you will have a new URL anyway, and which is really cheap to generate. So hope you have learned something new today. That's it for today. See you again next time. Peace be upon you.